Hello, welcome back. Hopefully you guys are doing well. I'm Darcy from ZDigitizing, which is the world's best custom embroidery, digitizing, and vector art services provider company. Since you guys recently asked me to make a video about embroidery machine needles tips and tricks you probably don't know, so let's get started. Before we continue, guys, if you are new to this channel, please hit subscribe and click on the bell icon to get updated about our future important videos. Embellishing cloth stretches back thousands of years and has undergone several transformations, but one feature of embroidery has remained virtually unaltered with time. Beautiful, complicated looking effects are achieved with ease. With today's machine embroidery techniques, it's easier than you think to add art to cloth with little more than a needle and some thread. I've worked on a variety of needlework projects throughout the years. For me, machine embroidery is preferable to hand stitching because it allows me to swiftly and efficiently bring beauty and individuality to any product. Today's video will go through the many kinds, sizes, and applications of machine embroidery needles. Come on, let's do this. To know about embroidery, you can visit blogs on our website, ZDigitizing.com. What needles to use for an embroidery machine? If you're embroidering anything, knowing how to choose the proper needle type and size is critical to making sure your product turns out exactly how you envisioned it. Even for experienced embroiderers, knowing everything there is to know about machine embroidery needles might be intimidating when just getting started. Needles for embroidery machine versus needles for universal use. Specially designed machine embroidery needles are available in a variety of shapes and sizes, some of which are mainly developed for embroidery. While machine embroidery needles and universal sewing needles have certain similarities, there are two critical distinctions between the two types of needles. Both the scarf on the needle and the size of the needle's eye are distinctive features. The depression on the needle's back goes from the eye up the shaft to form the scarf. The needle's eye is the hole through which the thread passes. Another critical distinction is the price difference between embroidery needles and normal sewing needles. They're both made to be gentler on your embroidery thread, which is much finer and more delicate than normal embroidery thread. Embroidery needle types. Machine embroidery needles come in a variety of finishes such as chrome-plated and titanium-coated. Chrome-plated steel needles. Needles made of chrome-plated steel are the most prevalent. Because chrome is the default needle material, your package will use chrome instead if you don't specify it. Most sewing and embroidery tasks can benefit from their use. Needles with a titanium plating. Titanium-plated needles are far superior to standard needles. In addition, they're less likely to bend or break when your embroidery machine is sewing because they're more substantial and more durable. In needlework, there are anti-glue needles, which are Teflon-coated embroidery needles. Use them if you have to switch through fusing or work with sticky, self-adherent stabilizer materials. Points of a needle. Based on the shape of their tips, machine embroidery needles may be divided into two fundamental types, sharp and ballpoint. The needle tip you use is determined by the cloth and thread you're working with. Sharp tip. This is the best tip for cutting through most things. To prevent the needle from separating from the fabric or material, this tool was created. Ballpoint tip. Knits require a needle with a ballpoint tip that glides between the strands without causing a rip in the material. As a result, ballpoint embroidery needles are ideal for embroidering knit fabric. It should help prevent the fibers from breaking during the embroidery process, resulting in tiny holes or runs in the finished product. Needle sizes for machine embroidery. Yes, machine embroidery needles are available in many sizes, just as other types of sewing needles. Needle sizes refer to the width of the needle at the tip, not its length. Machine embroidery needles come in three sizes: 75 over 11, 80 over 12, and 90 over 14 for home embroidery needles, not commercial or multi-needle machines. In the case of woven and knit fabrics, the 75 over 11 size is best. For lightweight, the 80 over 12 size is excellent. For the medium weight, such as quilting, cotton, and linen. And the 90 over 14 size is best for embroidery on heavyweight fabrics, on jeans and felt, for example. How to pick the best needle for embroidery? Machine embroidery needles come in a wide variety of styles and sizes. Even though it may appear overwhelming at first, there are so many possibilities because you need to use the correct needle for the work at hand. A variety of elements must be taken into account when selecting an embroidery needle for a project. Still, when it comes down to it, the most important ones are the type of fabric, thread, and embroidery pattern you're employing. However, while universal needles may be used for embroidery, I strongly advise using specific machine embroidery needles for your embroidered projects since they are less likely to fray, snap, or break the embroidery thread than universal needles are. If you like this informative video about tips and tricks for using machine embroidery needles, do like and share this video. If you have more information about embroidery work and digitizing services, click the bell icon to get notified. Do you need a digitizing service for your embroidery machine with super fast turnaround and excellent quality? Just click the link below and get a free quote in less than 5 minutes. Hope it will be helpful for you guys. If there's any questions related to this video, you can simply ask in the comments section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And finally, thanks for watching.